Aloha, what up family? Welcome back to We Random Podcast, where my husband and I discuss, debate, and drop gems on an array of topics from random categories. I am your host, Savannah, and with me always is my intellectual delight of a co-host.
Your boy. See, you know what? I'm over it. I can't. My whole intro is trash. You got everything you just said was fire, and then when I come in, I'm like, it's your boy. Anyway,
Izzo on the beat.
Izzo on the beat, man. What's up, y'all?
Well,
what's going on? What you got? What's
wop,
up?
wop, wop, wop.
That song right there, man.
That's going to probably take up the entirety of the podcast today because there is so much to discuss, break down, and get into just with this one song. It brought up so much stuff. Just conversation between us.
Up.
It's crazy. So, if we can get into anything else, we will.
Yeah.
But WAP, I think, touches on everything we wanted to talk about.
Straight up, yep. It's a touchy topic, man, but it need to be said already.
A few touchy topics, actually.
Yep.
So, Cardi B dropped her new single featuring Megan Thee Stallion, WAP, which stands for Wet Ass Pom Pom.
Yeah. Pom Pom Star. Pom Pom Star.
I'm not about to say what it really is.
Yeah.
Because it's Pom Pom in this house.
Yeah.
So
that's what it should be in y'all house, too. Pom Pom, y'all.
Don't be censoring everybody.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Whatever y'all want to call it, man.
Or the radio version.
Coochie. Oh, there's all kind of names for it.
Well, I was going to say the radio version refers to it as wet and gushy in the song.
Yeah, they call it gushy, but, you know, we already know. We know what it really means. But
it's crazy, though, for them to
Cootie Cat, that's another one, y'all. I'm just throwing them out there. My bad.
Body slam you.
Hey, man, look, I'm from the South. It's a whole bunch of names for it. Cootie Cat is one of them, y'all. That's real old, though, but it is one of them. So, just in case you want to use that in your house, you can. Go ahead. Cootie Cat.
Did you just call me a cootie cat?
No, I ain't call you a cootie cat. No, that's funny though.
I'm gonna get you
cootie
for
cat.
that,
All right. Anyway, what is that?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what that was.
All right. Anyway, y'all.
The cootie cat just fell.
All right. So what's up?
All right. So, Wet and Gushy would be the radio version. Well, actually, the song is titled WAP.
Mm-hmm.
But in the explicit version, they do say wet ass pom pom.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the radio version, it's wet and gushy.
Yeah, so.
The video, not quite as raunchy as the song.
Man.
Pretty damn close, though.
Man, it's as raunchy as it can be without it being actual porn, yo. I mean,
it's softcore. You could put it under softcore. I mean, they got pasties on the nipples.
Yeah,
on the nips
I basically,
and bits.
That stuff was out there. Yeah.
And they're busting it all the way open.
Yeah, sir. Sure enough is, man. I mean, that's what they do all the time, though. So it ain't like it's a new thing. So to be talking about it, to be honest, it's kind of like, you know. But it happens a little bit more frequently than, you know, I would
than when we were growing up?
Yeah, I see it a lot more frequently than I would like, man. But, you know, hey. That's what they choosing to do these days, man. And I'm for real, I didn't really know their ages like that. I thought they were like 30s, in their 30s, but Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are like in their mid-20s or something like that.
I want to say Cardi is 27.
Yeah,
and I think Megan is about the same, like 26.
Yeah, so they ain't quite 30 yet, but hey, man, there still ain't no excuse in my opinion, man, you know. Yeah, but we gonna get on this topic for sure, so we could talk about it, because it definitely need to be talked about.
That was my phone.
Oh, your phone fell? Oh, okay.
Not your cootie cat. It was my phone.
Your cootie cat.
Well, the music video had cameos from Kylie Jenner, Rosalia, Ruby Rose.
I was laughable when she came out. I was like, what's she about to do?
They have a petition that's trying to get her removed from the music video.
Because she ain't do nothing. She ain't need to be in there. There was no need for her to even be in the video.
I want to know what She was
Unless she
doing
was
there.
what symbolism was she bringing to the video? Because for real,
She's the madam.
oh, that's what she was.
I don't know. I'm assuming. She
Oh, she
wasn't
was the head.
dancing like the rest of them, and she was
She
leading
was the
people
head
down
hoe.
the hallway as if to suggest. And she walked into a room, and then when the door opened into that room,
Cardi came out and doing the splits and all that. Yeah,
I don't remember it that
I
vividly.
remember, man. I remember. I watched it.
Obviously.
I watched it enough to remember. Man, go ahead. Nah, it ain't for that purpose because it is what it is with
Research
with
purposes
that.
only.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
I remember that part though.
yeah, I liked what she had on though.
Yeah,
It was
little
cute.
outfit was cool, but I mean,
It's just funny though, because like you have to well, I remind myself whenever I see her that she is completely regenerated.
Yeah, everything is you know what I'm saying. She's like a replica of something, like you know what I mean. You know
Well,
how
it's
you
plastic surgery
how you
out
get a
because when
jersey.
you look at her next to Kendall is still they were beautiful. She's still beautiful, but the curves and everything is completely Kim, and Kim has also had work done. So
Man, everybody in there had work done. When you take them lips off and them cheeks off
cheeks,
and them
the booty
eyebrows.
cheek,
No, I'm not talking
and
about
the
her butt cheeks.
breasts.
I'm
She
talking
got
about her
breast
face cheeks.
implants. Oh,
Take
the
her.
cheekbones.
Yeah, you take her. No, I'm actually just trying to be funny, but
Oh.
anyway, I'm basically saying everything about her is fake. So anyway, I ain't trying to hate on Kylie, man. I don't know if she's.
Everybody has been hating on Kylie. That's why they want her out.
But I'm
of
saying
the
I'm not
video.
trying to hate on her. Is what I'm saying. I'm just stating some things that I've seen.
Facts.
I don't know if
That
she.
she's got work done.
I don't know if she's outspoken about the work she gets done. I don't know nothing about her like that to that point. But if she is, then okay, she just owning to the fact that she likes to get it done. But if she hasn't done that, then yo, man, come on, you just absolutely fake your whole body. You know, matter of fact, it was a picture on the internet when she took her lips off.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, and she looked retarded. Like I was like, yo, who is this?
Sir.
Who is this little girl from Sour Lake? Who was that?
Everyone's like, sour what?
Anyway, y'all, go ahead.
Well, the review for the song, I'll say the explicit version has some great lines in there. I mean, the adult side of me, the sexual side of me is like, okay, get it, Cardi. All right, Megan, I see you.
Don't you do that. Nope.
I mean, if it was just me and you solo out here and there was no mom side of me.
Yeah, you have been in there dancing, fam. I know.
I don't even know if I could be mad at it completely from that aspect of it. But because I am a mother, because I do have nieces out here in these streets, and I want to say I'm a responsible member of the community, it does put some flags out there that's like, okay, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
A bit much. And if I hear it on the radio, I have to turn it. There's no way I couldn't even be comfortable listening to this song next to my 17-year-old, who's an adult, essentially.
I'm going to tell you,
graduated. I just can't. I cannot enjoy this song. Like, really, it's very awkward. It's very awkward, and it's not even like you can blast it. Because if you're pulling up next to somebody, you know, and you have that song playing, can you imagine the person next to you looking over like, really?
Well, see, you know what I'm a kind of like relate this song to, and it's not the same, but the I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie song, right?
When it first came out?
Yeah. So that came out, everybody like, oh, God. Number booty everywhere, shaking, all kind of butts.
Remember them dancing on the big butt in the music video? Epic.
So, like for me, you know, obviously that wasn't at that time. Of course, that was kind of like, you know, raw. But to be honest, there's a lot more raw music that I've heard. You know, man. So I can say that for today's time, I think it's just that same image is kind of getting old. It's getting so played out, and for a man looking at it, it's to the point where it's uncomfortable. Like when you chilling with your girl and the song come on and she get up and start shaking it. It's some hoes in this house and she up in there getting all, oh, I'm hyped, this is my joint. You like, ain't no hoes in this house.
Can you imagine if that song comes on and you're with somebody you're just starting to get to know?
That's even worse. You are. That's. You know what? Y'all go back to the previous episode where it talks about how you vet a mate and how you get to know somebody. If the song comes on and whoever you talking to is a female, she gets up when that joint say there's some hoes in this house. That's all you need to know, fam. That's all you need to know.
Terrible.
You good. It's over. It's done. Move on, sir.
Not true, because she could just be young,
Yeah.
enjoy the song, and not think of it from the same perspective we're coming from, which is
Move
another
on,
thing.
fellas.
Like, you were just touching on it. The censorship
I'm just joking.
has fallen off so much from when we were growing up to now. You couldn't say the B word. You couldn't say shit
Yeah, it's
on
all,
TV
it's all
or the
kind of
radio.
stuff.
And now you can just completely talk about you're wet and gushy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that stuff, I mean, it's been talked about. It's just, it hadn't been.
There were so many more innuendos.
Yeah, it just hadn't been direct. Like, that was just direct.
This is super direct, and it goes back to the song ass, 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 ass. One of those. Like, it's
Well,
just
see,
like
even that, though, like, that's just like saying but you saying it a different way. Like, to be like, you know,
couldn't
what
say
they were saying.
ass back in the day on
we
the
ain't
radio.
got the lyric breakdown, but if I was to say some of the lyrics in the song, y'all gonna be like, yo, right, they being a little bit much. They might have been creative with what they used with the lyrics, but yo, I'm just saying, man, it's straight to the point. It ain't no imagination. It ain't no imagination.
It doesn't leave anything to the imagination, actually.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's basically what is being said. Like, I know exactly what they're discussing. They're talking about having
knows.
sex.
It doesn't matter how
They want somebody
old you
that's got an old,
or how
you know what I'm
young
saying?
you are.
Look, man.
You know what's being said. That. Whereas before, music used to have to be deciphered.
Yeah. Straight up.
Sex has always been, relationships have always been on the table when it comes to music, but it was always done more creatively, where you had to figure it out. Peaches and cream, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot. Can't just get on the girls now, because the guys have also started this trend.
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, it's been. I won't say that guys started the trend, because, to be honest, the females are the only ones that's ever been talking about themselves. So the men have just been most of the men's songs is talking about having intercourse or sex with a woman, or what they would do to a woman if they had the opportunity.
You didn't think it was men being more direct in the song first talking about sex, or it was women?
No. Obviously, the men were direct about that. I'm talking about in regards to talking about themselves. Like, you have the opportunity now to speak about yourself, and you use the same platform as the men, and the way you talk about yourself is no different than how the men was talking about you. So it's like, I'm not saying it's right for the men to do that, but they were really kind of exploiting the sexuality of black women and different women, but mostly black women is who were used in a lot of the videos. But still, man, it's in my opinion, the men shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, but the women right now, I mean, come on, man,
doing it to ourselves.
They doing it straight to themselves with the songs, and it's constant. It's like, what's the new content? Like, it's got to be about cheating. Okay, it's relationship based, or about having sex, which is relationship based. Holler at me about something else, man. I want to hear something else from you. Let's
hear about the hustle.
Right, some other stuff. You know what I mean?
Let's hear about bossing up.
Yeah, I mean, they got some boss up music, but it's still in regards to that same song.
A whole song.
It's about bossing up by,
a whole song about my poom poom is just, it's excessive.
Dude, first of all, let's talk about Wet and Gushy real quick before we.
Do you like it? First of all,
the song. I like the song. Nah, I ain't a fan of the song. The beat is cool. The beat is alright. Like, the beat is so simple. If you listen to the beat,
makes me want to shake it. The beat, like it does.
The beat is simple, man. It ain't really nothing to the beat. So for me, on a
musical
level,
into it.
It's cool. it ain't slapping like that. But the the song overall, nah, I can't get with it. But I want to talk about real fast.
Is it as annoying as work, 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 work?
No, because that joint right there is so funny. Like it was used in so many different ways. Like people was going to work and work. Like it was just different ways to use that joint. So it was kind of funny. But no, I'm being for real though. This song, it's not even that it's annoying. It's just the fact that first of all,
It's too
the concept of wet and gushy should be for every female. Like it's a standard. when your stuff is down,
works.
your stuff down there should work. It should be wet and gushy. Just I ain't trying to get too explicit with y'all,
Off rip.
but that's what it should be. For a man, it's like that's what we expect. Now, on the flip side, for a man, every experience with a man is not gonna be equal. You might find one dude that's
Trash.
he's booty, and the other dude is on point. But for a woman, yeah, it's different. It's different levels when it comes to that as well. But it's an understanding that your stuff should work, so it should at least be lubricated. I said lubricant. You out here, KY jelly. You're lubricant. It should be lubricated enough, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I don't know why they got a whole song talking about that as if that's like a prize, because nah, fam, that's just what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I want to point that back out.
I told you though, she did mention the Kegel part.
She mentioned the Kegel part, which that's the part that it matters. So, having control down there it takes it to a whole nother level, fellas.
Magical.
So that's a different ball game.
It's magical.
So, anyways, I'm not trying to make it seem like this is what we do around here, So, trying to hype yourself up over it. Magical. It's magical out here. Alice in Wonderland. Look, man.
Wonderful.
Just so you guys understand, that's the part, I guess, in my opinion, that counts. The wet and gushy that's just a standard, man. It's supposed to be like that.
You need to know how to control and work it. So she should be making more of an emphasis on the differences.
No, she shouldn't be doing none of that because the song already is over the top. She shouldn't be saying none of
video?
it. Huh?
What about the music video?
I said all of it, man. Everything.
You didn't like the
top.
music video? Nothing about the music video you liked? Or
I mean,
in particular,
man, as a male, all men are going to still be interested in watching a video. It is what it is. You're going to be sitting there like, oh, well, I don't care for the song, but there's a butt. There's a butt. You know what I'm saying? There's shaking. You know what I'm saying?
Gyrating.
Yeah. So, I mean, for most fellas, they going to be like, okay, something to watch. Entertainment.
Personal opinion, sir.
It's entertainment.
Did not like it. You didn't.
Nah, man, it wasn't nothing that I felt like I needed to really watch. And I dissected the video more, but I instantly got into the video and just started shaking my head because it's basically what I've been saying like for a while now about the same image, the same thing. Yeah, man, nobody want to just see all that. I mean, it goes down to the Instagrams, to everything. All that's the same. You turn on Instagram, you can't even scroll down to Instagram without somebody possibly shaking their butt.
Well, I kind of like the video.
I bet.
I mean, the colors made it pop.
The colors.
The choreography.
She out here talking about the colors.
I'm
y'all.
telling you, the sex kitten side of me was like,
she
okay,
like the colors.
If I could do it, I would do it for you. However, again, torn. Because the mom side of me was like, oh, Lord, it's too much. Like, it's too much. I can agree that it's oversaturated. It's a lot. You can get way more creative, but it seemed like it was an opportunity to just be put back on the platform for being over-sexualized.
It ain't even about the opportunity. It's they were comfortable putting that kind of music together. Like, it's some artists that they only do that every now and again. They don't do those type of songs frequently.
Right.
Cardi and Megan are on that tip where they do that type of music where it's overly sexualized about their body. But they got so much more talent than that. And that's the frustrating part. It's like your only value you feel like you have to continue to go back to is your body. You got way more talent than just your body. You funny. Cardi's funny.
Yes,
In
she
my
is
opinion, she's
very
hella funny.
right.
There's a lot more stuff that she brings to the table. Megan, I don't know really enough about her other than she whooped up on Tory Lanez.
And maybe she should talk about
And
whooping people.
yeah, maybe she should give out some self defense classes or something. I don't know. But
Start rapping about how hardcore she is.
yeah, but it's
She out
just
here
a
putting
lack.
them
It's a lack
paws
of.
on them
It's a lack of
instead of the poom
diversity.
poom.
It's a lack of diversity with the music and what they're saying. And it's not me hating by any means. I hope the best for them, but I
Same here.
want the best for the next generation. And
Facts.
that right there is not a good example to set for the next generation. Not my generation. I'm talking about the ones coming under that. So,
Well, like they came under Nicki, right? And Nicki
yeah,
came under Lil
Lil
Kim.
Kim.
So it's
So
almost like you can tell the difference, but you can't tell the difference. They're following
they
the
all
same
raw.
mold.
All of them is
They're
raw.
following the same
Lil
thing.
Kim was.
And it's like when they start to get played out and get older, now let's bring in the younger one. And you're
Yeah.
going to do the same thing if you want to get to that level.
Right.
So they're setting the tone. And instead of breaking it and coming at it from a different angle, because, I said young M.A.
Right.
But obviously young M.A.
Yeah. See.
is
Yeah.
not the same type of woman.
Yeah.
Young M.A. identifies, I think, more as the male side.
Right. Right.
So it
Young M.A. for sure. Young M.A. can spit. Like she can spit for sure. But that's it comes with a gimmick, and it's not. It's not saying that she is. I'm not saying that she feels that she's a gimmick. Obviously, she's being her genuine self.
right.
But to the industry, they bought onto that because it was gimmicky. It's like, okay, we can introduce
We can do
this
something
kind of.
with it.
She can be the first one that we can introduce. And
She independent though, right?
huh?
I thought she was independent.
I don't know if she is independent. She got a hell of a team.
I'm
If
pretty
she's independent
sure
now,
she's
or she
independent.
started off independent, she got a hell of a team. If she's independent, I don't know, but still, with that, and when I say the industry, I don't necessarily mean record labels. I just mean
As a whole.
overall, the entertainment
The
industry.
as a
Yeah,
whole.
they're gonna bite on that.
Well, and try to start mass producing it
Yeah,
the
of course.
same way they mass produced
Yeah,
Lil Kim and Nicki and
Yup,
Cardi
yup,
and
yeah,
Megan.
and
Because there was a whole nother gang of girls in that
Mm-hmm.
video that Cardi was trying to put on, which I'm sure they appreciate.
yeah,
It's a good thing, but it goes right back to what else can they be known for now?
right,
You put them on and they're playing this role.
right,
So if people are going to pay attention to them, I don't know if these women are already playing that role. If they're comfortable doing it, by all means, more power to you.
right.
I'm not hating on them, none of that. Personally, my age, myself, how I've always been, I like to be a little more conservative because I don't want to be, what's the word? I don't want to be looked at like that. I don't want to be put in that role and that's how you see me only. I don't want to put that label on me to where every time you see me, you associate me with just sex.
Well, at the end of the day, you just being yourself. So it really the labeling part of it don't matter. You being who you think is the best person you should be, which means that you don't want to be seen this way. You don't want to be looked at that way because this is how you see yourself. So really, you're not. You just being you.
Well, one thing they always say, both of them,
They're not
is they are boss ass bitches.
right.
They talk about that. That's exactly what they say. So that's why I'm saying it. I'm using it. But that's how they refer to themselves. So I would assume you'd have way more content embodying that because that's how you guys always refer to
Well,
yourself.
see, that.
And being real, hella real. So instead of always having so much music that is sexual content, the age demographic that follows them is not their target demographic, and it's as young as 13, 12, 11. There's kids out there that's probably younger than that listening to their music.
Yeah.
And as old as 40, older than 40.
Right.
So they're targeting 18 to 25-year-olds. That's who they're going for. But still, that's still kind of young, I think.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is the content that they're speaking about targets people that are of age. Their
Oh,
content,
absolutely.
their content.
That's
but
why
their
it's
target
okay.
market, but their target market is usually going to be whoever can afford to pay. So obviously, 18 to 25, maybe so, but really, you're talking about 25 in regards to them as far as sales go. If you probably go look at the sales, it's either going to be parents that are purchasing it or buying stuff for them, because if they're getting streaming stuff, that streaming stuff isn't, them kids aren't paying for that streaming, their parents are paying for the streaming.
Well,
So for the
that's what I was,
Spotify
right.
numbers, all that stuff is being paid by adults.
Google, Apple,
So
all of
all
that.
that stuff. So really, their target, their actual target, is probably going to be people that are probably above or closer to our age group, because those are the ones that are actually paying for their children and their kids and whoever is actually, because the ones that are really watching it are the impressionable kids and listening to it and want to be all in it. So their market is definitely higher than 18 to 25, but their content really kind of is tailored. Their content is tailored for 18.
Correct.
To
That's
that
what their
group.
content is made for.
Yeah.
That's who they target with their music. However, being aware, they know their fans. They see the age of women, girls, kids, stopping them, asking them for their autograph, wanting to take pictures with them. So you can't say you don't know that you're unaware of how young your audience is.
Yeah, and what I do want to say is the age, in my opinion, does play a factor. So there were some things, and you might be bringing that stuff up a little bit later, but I know there was a couple different things that people were saying. So
like
CeeLo,
oh,
CeeLo Green,
yes.
He brought up some stuff. Quite a few people actually was voicing their opinions on it, and I think I even saw Dr. Boyce Watkins. He has a podcast. I think it's Black World News podcast. He talked about it also, and there were some comments people were saying like, "Hey, it must be a case where there wasn't a man in the home. There wasn't a male figure in the home. So lack of a father figure in the home is what brings out these results in some of these women." I can't say all that's a fact. I can't say all that's a fact, because there are girls that got fathers in their home and they still loose. It don't matter. And I ain't trying to call them loose. I'm just saying that activity, the way that they're doing it. If Cardi and them are putting on entertainment, it needs to be clarified, because what it looks like is that's their lifestyle. And for the other people, the kids, they don't know that. They thinking that this is what they do every day. It's like a reality show. You can watch a reality show like what's the Marriage Boot Camp?
Oh.
Marriage Boot Camp. If you watch that reality show, you would think that thing takes months for them to film. They literally do that, and it's like 2 weeks, 14 days.
They film for 10 days.
They film for 10 days, and their whole counseling session is within that time. So it's like, how do you even counsel somebody in 10 days and actually figure like you're going to save them and save their marriage in 10 days? So, and then you have to not only do one person, but you got to do a group. So,
well, they're providing them tools.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're giving them help, but I mean, to the point where
they're
at the end of
them off somewhere.
At the point they do all of that, and at the end of the episode, you got to decide if I'm gonna stay with you or not. So that's the point I'm making. You still, they're trying to make everything figured out.
That's for the audience,
obviously.
Right. But that's for the TV part.
Yeah. Well, I some of that I don't know, because.
Well, I'm saying the picking and choosing to stay with the person is for TV.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really have them be real, because some of them can be like, nah, and then they back together. Or they be like, yeah, and then they break up because they didn't utilize the tools properly, even though it looked like they did on the show.
But
anyway,
that's the point I'm making. That looks like that's for somebody that's not aware of how reality TV goes,
Right.
where it's a younger kid or whatever. It looks like they just broke up and they're
Right.
no longer together. So that looks to be real, but that is reality television.
I made
And
that
that's the
point
point
with a
I'm
friend
making
the
with
other day.
that's the point I'm making with the whole thing. Is like, yo, this is some of this is straight entertainment, down to your most gangster rappers to some of these female rappers. It's a facade. They don't have the cars that they say they have, and some of them do, man, which is great. But it's entertainment, and it's just not a it's not a, a clear, decisive, you know, answer that they're giving people when it comes to that. Like, yo, man, you ain't gotta fake it. If you ain't got real jewelry, it is what it is. I wouldn't fake it. I'm gonna tell you like that. I would back in the day. Now, when I first started, doing music, I used to have some fake jewelry. One time, I used to have I had this one chain, man. That joint turned my whole neck green. I was rocking that joint faithfully because that thing was shining, boy.
Well,
But come to find out, I was allergic to nickel, and turned
you
my
have
turn.
such random stories in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
of
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
topic.
yeah. Yeah.
I made a point with a friend the other day about that, about not knowing children at a young age can't tell when it's a character that's being portrayed, it's a persona that they are just putting on display. So when the
Right.
cameras are on, this is who I am. But if you meet me in person, this is not who you're going to get because there are no cameras.
Yep.
So, like, children, young teenagers, tweens, they don't know that.
Right.
There's people who look up to Cardi B, young individuals, and they aspire to be that.
Yeah.
And like I said, for her to know that she has young girls looking up to her because she's taking pictures with them, she's reaching out, she's going to, well, I don't know if she does this, but if they do this, they do community outreach, right? They take pictures, they go to boys and girls clubs, they do things like that.
Yeah.
And these people know who you are. These kids know who you are. So you can't claim ignorance when you're
Yeah.
putting out content like that. And then you chose to make a music video.
I don't think the thing is. I don't think she's claiming ignorance. I believe she just feels like she's doing what's
Best by her.
what's best. Like what she think is her. She's. I don't even think it got nothing to do with that. That's
Well,
the problem.
artists
That's the
and
problem. I'm saying is
everybody
she's
who
in.
gets on that platform has a responsibility. There
Straight
is
up.
a responsibility to the community, to
Oh, man,
everybody, to their
automatic.
fans, to
It's
conduct yourself in a certain manner.
it comes with the territory because
You might not want to be a role model, but guess what, honey?
it's
You
no matter what, you automatically are one. And I could say that just from the black community, from that aspect, it don't matter what. Once you get to a certain level or status, it is understood because 9 times out of 10, the people that supported you to get there were probably people that look a lot like you when it comes, especially when it comes to hip hop or music industry. A lot of times, the fans that you're gonna have, especially depending on your genre of music, but a lot of your fans and your support is gonna come from the black community. And the worst thing you could do for a lot of them is to kind of let them down. So it's a responsibility you have to show Cardi and Megan, if y'all ever happen to listen to our podcast, y'all definitely have a responsibility to uphold, a certain image for black women, young girls. Y'all got a responsibility, just like the men have a responsibility to uphold the women to a certain standard, and the fellas. So this is not just the women, it's the issue overall, but you dealing with a lot of factors with that, and a lot of people are just not willing to have those talks. They just want to make money, and
I feel like just
You
a
know.
clarification coming out. Even somebody just saying, like, look, this is what I do for a living.
right.
This is not who I am. I am performing this song. This song was for more so my husband, like me talking
Right.
smack to my husband,
Right.
So even so girls can understand, younger impressionable minds,
Yeah.
I'll say. It's not just their responsibility, it's the parents at home, but some of these girls don't have responsible parents.
Yeah.
Even some of these boys.
Yeah.
And the internet raises them, they're not being monitored. They get to go and see whatever they wish.
Right.
On YouTube or whatever.
Right.
So even if they just clarified, like, this is a persona, this is who I play, like how Beyonce had her whole Sasha Fierce thing.
Right, right.
You can see the difference between Beyonce when she is off camera and on camera. Is she turns on, but she is so humble and appears to be so very sweet. I just say appears to be. I don't know if she is or she isn't.
Well, yeah.
I haven't met her.
I
would assume she is because everybody says it.
You don't really hear a lot of bad stories about Beyonce, so I'm assuming she's probably, for the most part, cool people.
Right. So, the demeanor that you got from.
Shout out to the Beehive. Is it Beehive? Beehive.
It's Beehive.
Yeah, shout out
you
to
said
the Beehive.
Beehive?
Yeah, I said Beehive. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to mess up.
Well, you did.
I didn't want no smoke. Beehive, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll just use Nicki Minaj for this. When she came out, super humble. Nicki Minaj.
Oh, man. I ain't going to even tell you what I thought you said.
Lord.
Yeah, go ahead.
She came out, she was so humble, so gracious, right? And then over time, it's like she became her persona. She became what she put out. She started to become so much of a diva, and she talked to people any kind of way. Yeah. And there was people who didn't want to deal with her anymore. So she kind of got full of herself. At least that's what was being reported through the media. Can't say from personal experience.
Right.
But it's part of it is she needed to check herself and be like, this is just a persona I'm playing, instead of turning into that individual.
Yeah.
So if this is who they are, this is who they are. They obviously can't say it's a persona, but there is a responsibility for them to clarify if it is or it isn't. If that's how they are all the time, or that's not how they are. If they believe in this type of thing, or if this is just to make some money and to fill up an album.
You know what?
Stand behind their work. Girls, stand behind your work. I'm not hating on you one bit. Yeah. I enjoyed parts of it. I really did. But there's other parts of me. I'm obviously a little bit older than them, more mature than them as far as mothering goes, because we have 3 children. One is graduated, so we've been in the game a lot longer than they have as far as being parents. Yeah. So we look at things a little more critically.
It's straight up. It's not just them. And unfortunately, they're getting a lot of the flack from it because it's just a constant image. So if it's not them, it's like a what you call like a hoish like movement. Like,
Amber Rose and her slut walk started all
you
this,
got
right?
the Amber Rose stuff. You got the
to being proud of it.
I just want to get, it's not anything new. It's always been what you call groupies and all that. But you got to look at all these things that's been going on over the years. You got men being exposed, and it's their fault. They shouldn't have been in these positions. But men being exposed has been a whole thing for years, where women were trying their best to get their cell phone footage of them sleeping with another dude, being in the bed. Everybody knows the whole situation.
Oh, the bedroom selfies.
Everybody knows the situation about the women in Dubai. When you're going off into these other countries, it's already been pretty much put on blast that I forgot this guy. He used to go in there and request women, and he would act like he was a prince or whatever from Dubai, and they basically was soliciting prostitution. Like, it was just like, yeah, I'll do this for X amount. You can you can pee on me for this price. Like, yo, seriously. And so this whole culture or movement is so in your face now, when I think a lot of it might have been discreet or more discreet. Everything is so raw and in your face. Everything is so hypersexual. So it doesn't help for the kids. It doesn't. You can't turn nothing on TV now, and you want to watch a regular movie about just basic stuff. It could be about Like when we started watching Narcos, right? We just sitting there watching Narcos, and then all of a sudden, there's two men having sex in Narcos, and I was like,
Just straight
I'm
from
just
the
like,
club
what
scene.
was that for, though? Why did you even have to fit that in there? Everything was fine.
They were
It was
just chilling
cool.
at the club.
Yeah, we chilling, and all of a sudden they on the dance floor, and I'm like, okay, they having a good time on the dance floor. And then all of a sudden it gets like, it
They
turns into
getting
like a
busy.
romantic like dance, and then they start kissing. I'm like, come on, fam.
Well,
Like,
I think that's what CeeLo Green was kind of
yeah,
getting
everything is
to.
no need to even show that
But
part.
he's
Like,
catching a lot of flack for actually coming forth and saying that the community, as far as the artistry, the music industry, the community that they're in, should hold them accountable to, for their actions and for their lyrical
yeah,
content.
I agree,
And he
man.
that's essentially what he was saying, though, more or less, is it's so in your face, it's so blatant. It what
Everything.
happened to the creativity? And mind you, yes, he did make slob on my knob, but again, he's not saying.
Did he create? He did the lyrics for that?
I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying. Is his number
What?
one was slob on my knob.
Nah, that's 3 6 Mafia, but
I think he has a credit on there.
unless he might have contributed lyrically,
I think
but I'm about to
he has
say
a
he
credit in
definitely did.
there. So, because
He
so many people were
he
saying
ain't
that.
known for that. At least I didn't know him for that.
I didn't either, but that's what they were saying. So, if that is it, I mean, I could probably say that in front of my child back in the day and wouldn't know it, but because we're so over sexualized now, they could probably figure it out. But I'm pretty sure back when we were growing up, I was a little confused. And then I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, I get what they're saying.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It is what it is, man.
But people are
It's
going
a
hard on him right now. And it's
man. It
like,
ain't no need to go hard
from
on
back
CeeLo because
then
they're gonna
to
blame.
now,
How much you want to
there's
bet?
growth that happens with people.
How much you want to bet? And I don't even know what they were saying, but I think I know what they were saying.
Well, they're saying he has no room to talk because of his lyrical content.
Exactly.
And I'm like, no, he has room to talk because if he's seen the error of his ways and he's made changes since then,
That's the problem. That's the problem.
nobody gives you credit for making a change. They're going to take you for what you did 10 years ago,
It's the
20 years
same.
ago, and then they're going to crucify you for it.
Man, the
But they
media.
always preach about change and forgiveness
The
and all of
media.
these things. And it's like the minute somebody says something because now they
This
believe
stuff is
differently,
silly, man. It gets to
they
be
have
silly.
they
It gets to
can't
be
they can't talk on
ridiculous.
the issue. They need to shut up.
It
They
gets
talk about him,
ridiculous.
it's misogynistic. Nah,
Yeah.
fam, he's speaking facts.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where it is too explicit because look at our world today.
Man, even whatever I'm saying in regards to like, hey, there's an issue in hip hop with the over
It's been an
hypersexual
issue
stuff.
too. We're not saying it's just now.
It's an
It's
issue.
been an issue.
It's an issue
It's
over
been
time.
going this way.
I
Probably the last
contributed. I
10 years.
contributed in my own way in regards to music and music videos and stuff like that. And I did exactly what I seen that I knew was going to bring sales or popularity or hype. It is kind of a model in the industry, and that's why everyone is following the model. And it's really up to the consumers to say, hey, look, man, we don't want to see that all the time. So it's actually a good thing that people are saying something. I don't think it's going to be enough to change the model, but that is the problem, in my opinion, is the model, it does not help hip hop and hip hop's foundation, the people that created hip hop music. It does not move us forward at all. It all it does is for the young women perpetuate a similar stereotype all the time, over and over. Same thing for the men. It is, the killing and the guns and all of that is so. If you follow the music, you can follow the culture. That is it. Follow the music and you'll see the culture. That is a prime example of why people are saying what they're saying, especially for black folks. Look, we need to change up the music, the content, what's being spoke of, so it can switch and it can shift the culture.
And that was another point
That's it.
CeeLo was
That's
making.
the only point that really a lot of people that are at least somewhat
He was saying
awake to
it's
the craziness.
detrimental, not just to them, but to the industry, because it does create the mold. It
Yeah,
is cookie cutter.
that's it,
They are going
man.
to find somebody to replace you and put
It's
them
the
in that
same thing.
mold.
Every artist nowadays sounds the same, and it's because it's a model. I learned this years ago when I was starting. Not even when I was starting. I'd already been doing music, and the music that I was putting out, I was trying to make something unique and something different. And what I had, some of it was sticking, and some of it just wasn't sticking. And I was told by numerous supporters and coaches that what you gonna have to do is you gonna have to do what sells, what makes records, because all the labels are really looking for is they're looking for the exact same replica. It's no different than when you're trying to buy music as a music supervisor. They can't afford to spend the money on Lil Wayne and all these huge artists to put their music in their films. So they go and they look for people that sound just like Lil Wayne and Drake and everybody else they want to put on there, and they buy their stuff for a fraction of the price. And it's the same thing in the industry. They go and find another person that sounds like Cardi or Nicki or Megan or whoever, know that they have a proven resume of selling records, and they want them to do exactly the same thing. And just say, okay, I can guarantee that I can sell records as long as you can do this. That's it, man. That's why everybody was sounding like Future for a while. Everybody, I mean,
Okay, so
it
let
is what it
me
is.
kind of move it towards a different area
Yeah.
where this song I've seen and I've spoken to women empowerment.
Mhm.
Some people might feel like this is a woman empowerment thing.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
to talk negatively about it is not woman empowerment.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
not facts. That is not facts. When you state your opinion, an opinion is not a fact.
Yeah.
However, you can get your opinion based off of facts.
Based off facts, yeah.
So I am all for women empowerment. Absolutely. I like to think
But
of
that's so
myself as
crazy.
being an empowering woman
That's
who chooses to continue to throw love and words of affirmation out to people constantly. That is my thing. I love to see women, men, everybody win.
Yo,
Period.
hold on. Keep where you at. The fact that, I don't want to say nothing to get everybody riled up, because I think at this point right now we got a lot more female listeners than we got male listeners. But real talk, I don't get it. I don't understand how it could even be empowering women by doing something that is basic, normal. Like having sex with someone is a normal action. That's what you do as an adult. To be empowered by saying about your stuff or whatever you got, that's an empowering thing, is absolutely crazy to me. Because if I gotta go have a song as a man talking about slanging my meat and talking about how long my meat is and all this crap like that to feel empowered, it doesn't make any sense. It makes
I don't know if
zero
it's
sense.
that is the aspect, but
Because
the
there's not
aspect
too many.
about them being comfortable in their sexuality
That
to put
is
it out there like that is
that's
empowering
crazy.
for them.
What? That's all you've been
I'm
doing.
not saying it is for
That's
me.
all you. No, I'm just saying. That idea makes it so crazy. It's like you got so many ways to show how you're empowered as a woman, and the way you feel like you need to show it is my sexuality and how free I am. Okay,
That's
it
great for
it
you.
it don't
That's
even
great
make
for women.
it don't make sense. It's like you what base of people are you trying to reach? Are you reaching people that are actually insecure in themselves and they don't have the I mean, this is basic
Speak on
stuff.
it.
It's basic.
Message.
It's basic, man. Like straight up, you should already feel a certain way about yourself. You should feel comfortable in your own skin, especially if you got the WAP. Cause I'm about to go in right now, y'all, cause it's kind of starting to piss me off. If you got the WAP, then it is understood. Most men know if a woman has got whatever she considers to be the fire or bomb, she gonna act like it, she gonna walk like it, she gonna talk like it. That's it. It is what it is. It's no need to need an empowerment movement to show it. It's none of that because she already is secure in herself. And that's the same thing for a man. A man's gonna move based on how secure he is. So the empowerment, it don't make no sense to me, man. You can't. If you
Well, let
saying
me
something
flip it
else,
for a second, though.
huh?
Let me flip it for a second.
Yeah, please let me know.
For a woman who
different
doesn't
angle.
put it out there like that, is she now considered a prude? And is she going to be shamed for it?
What? Because she wants to. She wants to act like that or something.
Well, if she doesn't necessarily agree with the song and its message and doesn't feel like she has to have her sexuality on display like that, you're going to be labeled a prude. And then what are you, prude shaming now? Now you can't just be conservative. And
It's
being
okay. Look,
conservative is almost it's turning into one of those things where for a girl, right, to view these things, how many women do you see on their platform who are conservative? None, because sex sells. That's great for businesses trying to make money, but that's not great for the little girl growing up. So now parents need to step up even more, and they're making it harder for parents to raise girls who are secure in themselves when they don't look like these girls, they don't act like these women.
yeah.
And if they behave more conservatively, the little boys looking at these women and seeing how the men around them look at these women and want a woman like that, the less the conservative girls and women are going to be what? Praised? So if these girls aren't going to get praised, they're going to do what? They're going to turn into or start to turn into what Cardi is, what Megan is,
right.
what Nicki is, because they're not getting the attention because these boys aren't looking at them in that manner. They're looking for the girls who are more like them.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean it boils down to
I'm
and
not supporting them. I wish
yeah,
them more success,
yeah,
continued success. I
right.
would love to see them use their platform a little more responsibly. I would love to see them do something to help
That's
shape
it. That's it. Like
girls.
they
Instead of it being women empowerment, it
dude,
should be girl empowerment to have these girls be raised up and come up with more
man.
self-esteem and to understand that, hey, some of us have plastic surgery and you don't have to look like this. But I did this because of the job that I had previously. It paid me more money.
Man.
So, I mean, even if you don't want to speak about it, just be aware. Have
Yo.
some more awareness
Yeah.
of
Like
it.
I
And
mean
not
the
everybody is woke like that. I hate to say woke, but
I'm gonna say it like this.
not
A
everybody thinks
prime
the same
example of
way.
what I'm saying, even though it's a different artist. And look, I'm not knocking creativity, what you choose to do. Trust me, I can't sit here and act like I'm holier than thou because I got certain songs even on the internet to this day that's got you know booty shaking and all that, and I'm in the video. But that was in the past. I've come to understand things differently
Growth.
as I got older, and I'm like, that ain't the kind of content I would want to put out, and I don't want my kids to see me putting that type of content out either. But Beyonce is a great example. Beyonce can flip the script all day. She raps too. But Beyonce, when she dances, Beyonce is an entertainer. She dances like an entertainer. She can have a sexy move, all that, but Beyonce is able to move like a chameleon. She's able to put all of these things together where it looks classy, or it looks like
Exactly. That
it
word
looks
right
like
there. She has a lot of class.
it looks
She don't
like,
need to be out here like Kim K with her nipples out in a
yo,
see-through sheer
she's
shirt
able to,
walking down
yeah,
Hollywood.
she can pull it off like on a whole nother level, and that's the issue that I have. Like, Cardi don't gotta have all her nipples. She ain't gotta have her whole breast out with just her
With the
nipples
pasties.
covered with the pasties in order to prove a point about how you sleep with your dude.
They looked
You
very
ain't gotta
heavy,
do
by
all
the
of
way.
that. Megan ain't gotta twerk the whole time. It's the same old thing. It's not even like anything creative. They didn't do nothing creative other than put lions and cheetahs and leopards in the video to make it look some kind of way. But the creativity was like, we just gonna shake our butt and then we gonna rap about this song. That's the whole, and we gonna make it look like we in
That's
this
the
whole
box that CeeLo was
mansion.
talking about. They put themselves
It's
in,
the
and
same
they're
old
gonna have to
same.
they're going to limit
Y'all way
themselves
more
because
dope,
that's their
man.
box.
They so much as artists.
As they
I've
talk
heard
about
some
their
stuff that
box.
Megan has done, and Megan is raw. Like, Megan Thee Stallion is raw. Like how she spit hard, which is what I enjoy. Cardi B, she spit hard. Also, but it's just different. Kind of got a different feel. But it's so much more growth. There's so much more stuff that they could talk about than what's they're talking about right now. I mean, this is what Cardi's, is this her second or third album? And I think first album that Megan dropped already was released, and now she's working on whatever she's got going on. But there's more to it than that, man. There's more to it than that, bro. I mean, if they're gonna continue doing what they're doing, it ain't gonna be long before they up out of the game. They're gonna be done.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, because
It's not the
that
longevity
kind
is
of
not going to
music
be
don't
there for
last.
them.
That kind of music isn't timeless where it lasts a long
No.
time. This kind of record is gonna be dope for right now, over the rest of the summer, and it's gonna wash because it's just another song, man. It's like, what you talking about? Look what we got going on right now. And you choose to put this song out when we got all these conditions in the world, and this is what y'all want to talk about is
Your
wet and
boom boom.
gushy. I mean, come on, man. Cut it out, yo. And I know y'all recorded this before, but I mean, I'm talking from a musical
You could
standpoint,
still say I don't want to
and
release
just as a
it.
man, yo, we tired of seeing it already. Like,
Nah, fam.
what?
There's some men who think it's a masterpiece. But you know what?
Okay, they all got they
They
got
don't all have
children.
daughters. They have sons.
They got sons.
Right.
Okay, all right,
Or they don't have kids at all.
and okay, and so
So
how do
that's
they
what I'm
feel
saying
about
is
it?
we can't speak for everybody. And we can't speak
Well,
to
I
everybody's
said the
experience
same
or
thing. I would have said
perception.
the same thing without kids, because I was already
That's
feeling some
you.
kind of way.
That's you though. That's your level of where you're at with it.
I got a lot
and
of
then there's some
like-minded
people
people
who
that
take
like
it
me,
for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like some people just take it for a party song. The beat hits. It makes women do what they want women to do, which is shake it. They enjoy that.
Yeah.
If that's their level of fun, that's their level of fun. They can take it at face value. And I have women friends who can take it at face value and play the song and have a good time to it with daughters, but their daughters are very firm in who they are.
That's true. It's something.
They've
And I'm
raised
saying
them
it's nothing. It
and
ain't
they
nothing
have
wrong
conversations with them.
Ain't nothing
It
wrong
goes
with that.
back to making it harder for parents moving forward.
It's just an issue.
The industry
it's the same
is.
thing, man. If that's what you continue to showcase, no matter what, ain't nobody gonna take you seriously, and that's the problem. Like, they're so dope that it's not necessary to continue to put the same content out. That's all I'm saying. It may sound like I'm hating or knocking them. It's because they so much more.
Like
it's
this
so much better.
This should be the last song about
It's
your
so
poom
much
poom
better.
put out there.
It's like a slave movie. How many times you gonna show me a slave flick?
You can have lyrics. You can have a few
Come on,
lyrics, a
cut it
few
out,
bars, but don't have a whole nother song about it because at this point you can't top this.
Bruh, come on, man.
You done had a whole ode to your poom poom.
Bruh, that's all that stuff they talking about. So basic, man. Ain't nothing creative about the song. It is what it is. It's just hoes in this house.
How
There's
about
some hoes
this?
in this house. That's it.
How about this then? Still touching on kids. Well, not still touching on kids,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Pause.
all the
New
way.
York.
Pause that.
Straight
Delete
up.
that. Actually, we might
Whoa,
have to
B.
delete that.
Chill, B. Chill, fam.
Cool
Nah.
all the way down.
Nah.
Do you think this plays a part in sexual grooming of children?
What? What plays
This
a part?
type of music, the lyrics, the songs, the visuals, knowing how old the demographic is targeted is one thing, but knowing its reach
It could
is
definitely.
another.
It could definitely
They
be a form
condemn,
of it.
other, like they just had the Hasbro troll doll that had the little button on Poppy's area. So when she sat down, she
Oh
giggled, and then if
yeah,
she
yeah.
sat down,
Makes
she
a
actually
noise.
had a.
Yeah, it makes
That's
a noise.
so inappropriate.
Yeah.
But it's not just, and Disney has had some things that's come out about their animations and stuff like that. But when you look at the music, does it play its role
Right.
in grooming children?
Yeah, I can see how. I mean, that's part of the reason why the frustration is there, because a lot of what we're talking about is about the youth. It's about the kids. So, yeah.
We have so much going on with sexual trafficking, and it desensitizes them. When this stuff is out there constantly on the radio, I mean, I listen to the radio just going to the store up the road, which is not even a 5-minute drive. Well, yeah, like a 5-minute drive. And in that time, going in the store, coming out, 3 songs all about sex, and it's very blatant. And you can't, there's very little innuendos in there. It makes you uncomfortable when you hear your kids like, how do you know this song? Like we don't even roll in the car and play the radio that often. So how do you know this song?
I say it every year. I sit back and I say, oh man, it's a lot of things in the world that's getting better. It's a lot of things in the world that's changing, and that's interesting. That's like having optimism, but there's a lot of times I'm like, yo, this world it's full of a lot of evil things happening around here, and it's getting worse. And I usually say it in reference to the youth. It's getting worse for the kids. I say like, man, and I'm sure most parents that are listening to this, even aunts, uncles, whatever, got nephews, nieces, I know you have had that aha moment or whatever where you sit back saying, man, I feel bad for these kids.
Yep.
I feel bad for my niece, my nephew, my son. He's got to grow up in this. And sometimes you even feel like you're part of the blame, because you feel like, dang, I brought them into this world and they in a world that looks crazy, and I don't like the way it's going. So that's where the hunger and the ambition and the talks are coming from, because it's like, we got kids here and they got to live in this world that we're creating, and to feel like we ain't got no responsibility to what comes out of our mouth is asinine to me.
Or
You
to
can't
lay
tell
the
me
responsibility
nothing
solely on the parents.
Yeah,
because
it's not just the parents' problems.
Be with them 100% of the time. If they're at school, even if you don't allow it in your home, in your car, if they go to school,
bro, this society,
and everybody is talking about it at school, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And then they're shown the content at school. You can't stop that.
You can't control every aspect of your child's life unless that child is up under you 24/7 every day. And then even that being the case, you still can't, because there's times where you need adult time and your own time, your personal time, and so does your kids, and how they spend that time. You have to monitor. So it's like, there's no way that you can shelter these kids from not seeing the stuff that's out there. And because it's constantly in their face, regardless of the content, that's the problem. The content now can be it can be the basic of the basic thing that you're watching on TV, and
like SpongeBob
they'll go
SquarePants.
now they're going out of their way to say that SpongeBob is gay. Why?
He's never had a love interest on the show. There's no need to define that.
There's no need to define him as a gay person. And this is not bashing anyone that is homosexual or whatever.
Or proud to find
Yeah,
out that he was
yeah.
homosexual.
This is not one of them type of situations.
He's
But it's
fiction.
just reality. The fact of the matter is we can't even speak freely about it because it's like, oh man, you bashing. Everybody need to get out of their feelings and stop being so butthurt about everything. Okay? Go back to at least 20 years ago where you could say what you wanted to say
Or just be
and get
offended
off your chest
and don't
and just be
listen.
offended. Agree to disagree, but don't feel
Right.
like
And
you
you
got it
can, that's another thing.
crazy, bro.
I've had so many respectful disagreements with people that I know, friends, acquaintances, because it's like we don't have to agree on it, but we don't have to get disrespectful either.
Man,
Like, it's cool.
yeah.
I respectfully disagree with you.
That's it,
That
man.
is fire.
Everybody
Let's go. Debate
everybody
this.
can have if it feels like
You
everybody
don't want it?
now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You go your way,
Yeah.
I'll go my way. We still cool.
Bro, it's like everybody now need to be right. And I need to make sure by the time this conversation is over that you agree that I am right. And that's what everybody does now. And it's like, yo, we just gonna have to be able to step aside and say I don't agree. Some of the points you made was dope or good, and I can look at it and check it out further. But my stance is the same.
Or I
That's
can
no
see your
different.
point of view, but I disagree with it, period.
Bruh,
But back
that's
to
it.
the subject.
Yeah.
So we can kind of swing it into the child sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And they have, the Pizzagate and all of this.
Hashtag save the children, man, is
If
floating
you
all around the internet.
Take a look at the Fall Cabal, right?
Yeah.
And you
Which is a
see how
documentary, by the way, guys.
high the upper echelon is and how deep into it they go.
Right.
So it touches on the sexual grooming of children. So why wouldn't they want to put this content out? Why wouldn't we allow the people in their community to destroy their community and to prep their children for us?
That's hey man, that's
This helps them.
yeah, obviously, yeah. This type of stuff helps them. Once again, everybody, to be neutral. It goes both ways in the music industry, male or female. Y'all need to remember
males
that.
contribute to it,
Males,
and they're not exempt from
we're
this.
not just trying to come on.
I'm talking about as a whole.
Yeah,
even
right.
from the male perspective, this is not just about WAP anymore.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
the content
This
that is
is-
coming out, the
this is
over sexualized
overall.
content
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out, and it's not just from rappers. There's R&B singers.
Oh, dude, it's everywhere.
that are-
It's
that
all
are
over the
just
music industry, the
all
filming
in it.
industry. It's all these places are contributing. Whether it's innuendos or it is like imagery, a lot of it having to do with
The innuendos, I think, is more. It is. I would say a little more acceptable because I can listen to an innuendo song around my 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11-year-old, or could have if there wasn't so
WAP
much
is
stuff
technically
on TV.
No, not WAP, but the wet and gushy is an innuendo, but it's very understood what that means. So it's like it depends on the innuendo.
Well, when they innuendo, when
Yeah.
they say when you write it, ask for a car. I mean, come on. The whole song is about sex entirely. There's not one portion of it where it drifts off into being a boss or, hustling hard or any of that. It's just the power of the poom poom and what you can get from it.
Right.
So, backing off of that, just overall, innuendos in music, if they're good, kids can't figure it out. Like we watch, we keep throwing praises right back to ADD, but how Teddy Ray was talking about them yams.
Oh yeah, he used food as a reference. And
I'm gonna give me some yams tonight. That's the only food that you can use where you and your wife know what it is, but the kids don't. Be like, I haven't had yams in a while. When are we gonna have some yams? Okay, so grooming of kids happens in music. It's happening in media. It needs to slow down. And hashtag Save the Children on Facebook was temporarily taken down. Do you know why? Can you elaborate why, please?
No, I don't know why actually.
What?
Why it was taken down?
Yeah, I thought you looked into that.
No, I didn't look into it at all. I mean, I
Okay,
would
well, it was
assume it
taken
was
down
taken.
because there were explicit videos and very inappropriate pictures of children on social media, and they were using the hashtag to bring awareness to have the pictures taken down. That's what Facebook claimed. I just read another article though about there is a website called Save the Children that's been around since 1919, I believe. And they've recently updated their website to include child sex trafficking. So Bill Gates donates to Save the Children and has been donating to Save the Children for quite some time now. He's donated $50 million in 1 year. I think it was 2009. I can't remember. But some were saying it had something to do with that affiliation.
Yeah.
Because he recently came under fire for lots of rumors, which they are saying are false.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Gates is. You said Bill Gates, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he got a whole bunch on his
So
plate.
he's affiliated with that.
Yeah, vaccines and all that stuff.
He's affiliated with that hashtag.
Okay.
For that reason, because he's affiliated only through donating to that cause, and still donates to that cause. Actually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I always thought Save the Children was a foundation where they.
It is.
It used to. They used to do the commercials and stuff in Africa and all that.
Yeah, well, they do a lot actually for kids all over the world.
Right.
They try to help them.
Yeah, ain't they the ones that used to do them commercials where they had all the kids and stuff in Africa that was malnutrition, and they used to have like flies all on them. And I used to always say, why don't y'all just get the flies off of them?
Get off the eye. That one that used to land on the kid's eye all the time freaked me out constantly. I used to have to touch my own eye. I'm touching my eye right now.
I'm like, don't let them have them flies on them like that. Just swat
I think it might have been Save the Children. I don't know.
I think
Google
that
it.
was Save the Children, man.
Google it.
Yeah, I had to look and see.
But recently, over 100 minors were saved in a child sex trafficking ring. It was 168 to be exact. And some were actually never reported missing, which is like what? Never reported missing? Where did you get them from?
Wow.
Where did they come from? Where are their parents?
That's scary.
They're saved. Who did they go to if they're saved? You just took them home? How long were they gone?
That's scary, man.
Never reported missing? Never?
Wow.
Never. It was a July initiative, coined Operation Independence Day by the authorities. It resulted in 60 new federal investigations, according to the FBI. The most victims were recovered in sweeps in Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Seattle.
Yeah.
So there was 161 operations from around the nation that were basically shut down from this Independence Day initiative or operation. I'm kind of wondering if you know how you see like the narco shows and stuff like that, where the top level authorities, they start putting pressure on the people that's investigating to hurry up and do something about it, even though they're trying to get all the way up to the top and like they're just starting to crack it, and they can take down, say, like the president of Mexico and get him, indicted on it because they don't know exactly how high it goes.
Right.
Isn't it kind of strange? All of this stuff is popping off and all of these big names are being mentioned, and the whole Pizzagate thing, and now this happens. I'm kind of conspiracy theorizing it. I don't know, whatever that word could be. Somebody put it in the comments if I'm using it or not, if that's kind of what happened with this, because it seems like after the hashtag and everything else just was like wildfire.
Right.
It's been gaining momentum. It's been a huge topic.
Man. Yep.
And now all of a sudden, but I'm like, just 168 kids. That's it.
Yeah.
800,000 kids go missing a year.
Yeah.
And you just recovered 168.
But see, thinking about that is huge though. To recover
Well,
168 kids is huge.
Multiple cities and states.
That's huge though, because it goes to show you
how big of a problem it is.
How huge that is. Because if you can find 168 of those kids out of however many go missing in a year.
Did you say 158?
168, right?
Yeah, I thought you said 158.
No, you said 168. That many kids, man, is, and then coming to find out some of them won't report it. Man, all that stuff just sounds crazy. It's like,
do you know how many kids they deported without their parents?
No, I don't know.
That's a crazy number. I don't have the exact number, but when I looked at it, I was like,
I could imagine, man. I mean,
you send them back without their parents. They separated them, you know?
Yeah.
They're separating children from parents.
Man, I'll tell you, man. It's right now. It's just, bruh.
It's almost like the whole ICE thing when they were putting them in the camps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, so you don't even keep whole families together? What's the reason for that?
Yeah.
You're saying, like, why are they not safe keeping them together? Why do you have to separate them?
Yeah.
For what reason do the parents need to be separate from the children? If you're going to take the parents, you don't leave the kids.
Man, you know what?
Ever.
And that goes into my concern about
ripe for the picking.
Well, my concern about like CPS and stuff like that.
Right.
Like when they come and they take people's children, you know, and sometimes, you know, that situation was toxic, so somebody had to come and help. There was nobody to help the children. But sometimes I wonder if not all those children, like, you know, I know all of them don't get foster. Actual foster parents.
Some of them go to relatives if relatives are near.
No, I'm talking about they got nobody, no relatives, no nothing.
Boys' homes, girls' homes.
No, but this
Some
is what I'm saying.
Some can go to foster homes
outside of those boys, because sometimes it's like the tracking you have to do at this point. Now you have to track these people. I'm saying, I wonder if it's some of these children aren't being taken like that as well.
That was one of my theories.
Yeah, that's the theory
Hawaii.
I got. Like, I wonder.
One of my theories in Hawaii
happening.
is that's a great cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Hawaii, because so many kids are going missing and not being found.
Right.
It's crazy. They're reporting them runaways, but then they never come home, and it's like, so then they're a missing child. No, they're a runaway. You can't label them a runaway.
Yeah.
If they run away once or twice before, they're labeled as a runaway. But if you have people that's in an authority who knows this kid is a runaway, they run away once, you can go grab them because now they're going to be reported as a runaway.
Right.
If it's people in the community helping them, that person who fosters children, perfect cover. Perfect cover, because now I'm going to sell this kid, right? I'm going to house this kid here. They're probably giving me like 5, 10, I don't know, 15 grand to keep it. You know how much money they're making?
Yeah.
You can have people who can make, what are those big car magnets that they can slap on the door of a car and it looks official because now it has, one of those magnets, and from across the street it looks like an official car. It looks like a sticker.
Yeah.
Let me take it to this house, which is just a holding house. The kid is crying, screaming for their mom. Natural reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If I know this is a foster home and then I know this lady seems to be pretty trustworthy. She gotta be a good lady or gotta be a good man, gotta be a good family, because they take in so many fosters.
Right.
They're foster parents. And that's why the kids come and go. That's why they leave. They go, oh, the parents got them back. The parents did what they had to
Yeah,
do.
right.
You never ask questions about stuff like that. You wouldn't even think twice because this person is nice. They're kind. They're doing a good thing. I would never question somebody like that. Now I do.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
And they might even be a foster,
That
a legitimate
that's scary
foster
too,
person.
man. That's scary too. I think I agree with you on that one. Like I'm just thinking in my head, like that just came to me, but
Oh, I've been thinking about that for a while.
it
For a
could.
while.
It's not far fetched with all the stuff that's happening in the world. It ain't far fetched at all. And to think that there are a certain level of wickedness in the world, to think that it's not a bad thing because
Or even to
there is
have.
some things that's happening that hey you can't even imagine it, but it's happening.
There was
And
that one lady a long time ago who was a foster. She was fostering a little boy, and he died because she
right.
put him in that bucket, like those Rubbermaid buckets,
Oh yeah.
and clamped him in there. Died dead. Buried him in the yard, or just had him out there like little boy. Had to be like 3 years
Bro,
old,
it's
2 or
it's some
3 years
wicked
old.
it's some wicked stuff.
And she was a certified foster. And so,
Yeah,
but and
that's
the
what I'm
thing is, she
saying.
said he ran away. So that, to your point, yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I do
I
think that they could say that they're a foster. They bring them to the home,
right.
they sell them to somebody, and then they just report them
I wonder
runaway.
if I
That
wonder.
happens all the time. Kids
Yeah,
run away, air
right,
quotes,
right.
from foster homes. They run away from group homes.
Yeah.
You
And you
know,
ain't got nowhere to go, and then boom, they just go snatch these kids up, and then now
or
they
they
into
sell
some
them
sex
off,
trafficking.
and they just file a report that this kid ran away.
That's sad, man. It's crazy. I think it's a lot more of that happening than people just being snatched up instant, just on the street. I mean, obviously
I
there was
think it's
like,
both.
but no. I know that's happening because it was like a huge wave for about a few months, not too long ago, where people was just like,
It's not a strange
people just
occurrence,
getting
I
snatched
believe,
up.
for kids who go into the system and be placed somewhere to run away.
Right,
You got to ask, why are they running away?
right.
Why? If this person is deemed safe, in a good home, good enough for you to have kids here, they don't
Yeah,
abuse kids, why are they
right.
running away? Well, they didn't want to be here. They wanted to go home to their parents.
Yeah, man.
What about if their parents are passed away and they're deceased?
Hey, man, all I can say is right now, with everything that's going on, definitely got to pray for the kids. Everybody be vigilant, pay attention. You see something that look out of line, man. Definitely say something, call somebody, or do something, man, because it's real out here for sure. I definitely would want somebody to do that for my kids. So
Yeah, I can't say that all of this stuff that people label as conspiracy theories is awry. I
man,
can't.
come on, me and you
There's
both
too
know.
much.
Me
There's
and you
too much,
know, man.
too many facts available that they make it hard to find, though. They do make it very
Hey,
hard to find.
best example, real quick, conspiracy theory, UFOs. I don't know if I said this already on one of the other podcasts.
No, I don't think you did.
UFOs. It's been so much research, so many people that have been labeled crazy as I don't know what for talking about UFOs being real and seeing one. I saw a UFO myself.
You're
Telling
crazy. No.
y'all, I seen it. Me and my boy Walt, we
And
seen
now
one
it
in
comes out
Virginia.
they're true.
In Virginia, man. But it's coming out now that is true. And I wasn't like, I'm not no big
UFO
UFO
near
person.
Langley. What?
I'm not a big UFO person. But yeah, I used to live by CIA headquarters and all that. That was in I think CIA headquarters is in Norfolk, I think. It might be in Hampton. But anyway, yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm not like a UFO guy or anything like that. But I'm just saying, they were talked about like dogs, and then now, all this information is being released that there are UFOs. There is
Right.
it's factual information that there were secret programs that were being done to keep things under wraps. All the stuff that was
We
being
have a
said.
space force now.
Yeah, we got the Space Force that Donald Trump is initiated. So it's like, okay, the conspiracy theory thing to a certain level, there are theories that people are coming up with or conspiracies, but who created the term conspiracy theory?
The
The
government.
conspiracy theory was created by the
Yep.
CIA. So they did that so it would discredit people instantly from when they're talking about topics that they're bringing up facts. And you can actually use these same conspiracy theories in a court of law. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe so. Some of these theories can be upheld in the court of law, or you could actually win a case based on theories as long as it's got a certain level of fact. That's what I thought. I'm not sure the actual thing, but it was something I looked into a while back. Um, if it's not, then I stand corrected. But still,
If it hasn't been disproven, I believe.
yeah, it's something in regards to the theories, man. But
There's enough
anyway,
supporting facts.
yeah, man. So that's just going to say that all this stuff isn't far fetched, man. Um, unfortunately, if you don't have an imagination, some of these things you can't really imagine happening. So it's
You
like,
can't
oh,
fathom.
it's just no way that this is happening. But unfortunately, man, it is a world that we live in where there's a lot of things that is hidden, and some things are actually right in front of your eyes. But because you're not open to seeing it, you just, it doesn't matter.
Another crazy fact:
So
FBI, CIA, they do
yeah,
not investigate missing children.
uh, I didn't know that.
They don't. That's a crazy fact. 800,000 kids go missing a year, and the FBI and CIA don't investigate it.
Mm.
That's kind of nuts to me.
Dang, why don't they do that?
That's a good question. They should answer that. They should have to answer why they don't investigate missing children. But I think that might be all we have. I do want to say, for some final points, that it's super important to talk to your kids because of everything that's happening now with all of this grooming that's going on through society. Even though if you take a step back and you take a look at the content that's on Netflix and Hulu and regular TV and how much sexual stuff comes out there or anything pertaining to that, especially for young girls with their self-esteem, help them build that up.
Right.
Google it. Have them tell you 5 things a day or a week that are their strengths, their strong points. Hype them up about them.
Yep.
Make sure they understand that what they're seeing is not real. Make them take breaks from social media if they're on social media.
Yep.
That was a good thing that I heard from one of our friends last night that she had to do.
Yeah.
Because it does impact our children seeing this. They constantly are on social media comparing themselves
all day long. Images all day
with filters on.
Shoot, adults.
Everybody
Adults compare themselves all day, so
Lord,
you definitely
all
know
the time.
You definitely know the
We
kids.
use filters. We
Yeah.
try to get seen in our best light. My highlight reel is up there. Everybody's
Right.
highlight reel goes up there. But
Right.
understand that kids need to understand that it is a highlight reel.
Right.
Nobody is showing bedhead. And even if they said, just got up like this, you lying.
You know you ain't get
You
up
went
like
to bed
that.
with makeup on there.
Yeah.
Or that filter is hitting right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is a filter that is doing that. But that's something that we need to do as parents. We need to have these conversations and more of them. We need to make ourselves aware. If you know a parent that is older and might not be hip to the game, put them on. Talk to them about it. Because if they have a younger kid out here who's just exposed and is starting to emulate these people out here thinking that it's cool and it's funny and laughs, ha ha, he is happening, it's not funny when they start acting out at all.
Yeah,
It's serious business, and it might be hard to correct later on.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we have these talks. We need to be aware, and we need to make our children aware,
Right.
so that they are better prepared and are stopping the grooming from happening.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with everything on that one.
Anything you want to add, sweetheart?
Nah, man, that's it.
I mean, go get this WAP.
His his topic, his topic, man, was definitely something that I was quite passionate about. So um, yeah, man, just to piggyback on everything you was just saying, um, you know.
Oh, the science. We didn't even go into the science behind
Oh, I
promiscuity.
know, man, but we wrapping up now. So maybe next episode we could talk about a different topic, which is
We might
well,
throw out a love academy for y'all.
yeah, it's just going over the science of men and women, and we were using this based on the whole men do the same thing in the hip hop
There's a hole
industry
in the heart.
as the women. So, in the society's view of the shame women get over,
Let's hit them with that with the love academy on the next
yeah,
episode.
it's a deep one, man, but it's got some science to it, and we're gonna be bringing some additional facts on that. So the Love Academy is that's it's definitely gonna be something y'all gonna want to tune into on that one. But hey, man, thank you guys for listening to another episode. I think this is episode 5. Yes, I think it's episode 5. So we
Fabulous 5
yeah, man, we keeping it moving, man, keeping it going. So y'all can expect another video next Wednesday. And
podcast. We're not
I
filming it
mean, yeah,
yet.
my bad.
Maybe we'll be filming.
Another podcast.
We're
We're looking to
definitely trying to
actually
get
set
that
up
going
set up the film
ASAP.
ASAP. So, but yeah, man, thank you guys again. Remember, if you're listening to this on YouTube, go ahead, like, subscribe to the channel.
And share.
Yep, if you are enjoying the content. And
Hit us up with questions, comments, anything else you want to add or you
yeah,
want us to look
man.
into or discuss at
Yep.
Facebook,
Criticism, all that
IG,
stuff, man. Things you guys think we could
comment
do
in the
better.
YouTube.
Yep. All of that. And we appreciate you guys. And also, man, if you're a business, you got a business, anything right now, starting off for sure, we such at a small level in regards to, our viewers and things like that. We want to engage with all people. And
We about to get it popping though.
hey, look, man, y'all. Oh yeah, there ain't no question about
You
that.
gotta start somewhere, boo.
Facts. So, all right, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check us out at werandomlive@gmail.com. That way you can let us know about your business, let us know about your product, and that way we can support you. And hopefully you guys will support us back, man. Obviously, we're not going to be charging you guys. We're going to be doing it for free, man. Just showing love. So hopefully you guys will show love back. So, anyways, man, that's wrap. Anything else, babe?
You can hit us up on Facebook at We Random, IG at We Random TV. You can also follow me, Savannah 808 Smiles, and head over to Izzo on the Beat on IG as well. Don't forget to hit that bell from YouTube. Mahalo for listening, commenting, and supporting. Aloha.